Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. So I'm gonna try to keep my composure with this story here. There's a story here about a 6-year-old girl, right? And read between the lines when I speak, please, because you know they're getting pretty. I don't know. Them are going with some things on social media platforms now, where everybody is trying to clean up, and you have to be politically correct in your speech, else them flag your videos and all these kind of things. So some of you who can read between the lines, you'll get everything that I'm saying. Those who can't, ask somebody and these things, or maybe I can say it to you in the comment section. Anyway, no long talking, let's get into the story, because there's also a lesson in this video. Not gonna be too long. So welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. Alright, a St. Mary Mason has been charged with a 6-year-old girl, doing to a 6-year-old girl. Forcibly taking it is called RA. Alright, 51-year-old. A 51-year-old, you know, and a 6-year-old. I have so much to say. Listen, so a 51-year-old Mason who hails from the parish of St. Mary has been charged for allegedly ping a 6-year-old girl. 6. He has been identified. Them even put his name out there. And you know, it should be illegal to actually put people's name out there unless you absolutely know that they did what they did, because there's no way that you can put in a newspaper, SouFLoTV charged with molesting 4 little boys, and then turns out I didn't do it. How do you take that back from the public? It's gone already. The same group of people that saw it day one when it was released, they probably won't be around to see when it is recanted. See? So I'm guessing that they have pretty reliable information to say, yes, this incident did happen and he did do it, because he's been charged, and you don't just get charged just like that. So he has been identified as Clive Green of Hamilton Mountain in St. Mary, and he has been charged with 2 counts of RA and 2 counts of grievous sexual assault. Reports are that on 2 occasions this year, Green, who was hired to carry out mason work at the child's home in St. Anne, allegedly blanked the child. The matter was reported to the detectives at the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, leading to Green being arrested and charged. You got to understand that when somebody accuses you of something like this as a grown man, there's going to have to be more to it, because anybody can get up and say you did this, but where's the proof, right? Once they get proof, then you're going to be charged. Once they get anything that looks like it could be proved, sufficient evidence is what it's called. Sufficient evidence, okay, we have enough to go ahead and open a case against him. Through investigation, we will find more. That kind of thing. With that said, there's a lesson here for parents who let strange people come into their house to do work. Now listen to me now. Me have my house, and I have contractors come here. Like a man was here recently to do the pool, right? And I me go out there. I'm not sending my wife out there, or my daughter out there, or my child out there. The man, they had to strip down, tie weights around him, and go down in at the bottom of the pool, because he had to fix all the jets in the pool, because they started leaking, right? Or he was trying to detect a leak in the pool. But somebody like that coming to your house, you don't know them. You want to keep an eye on your children. You want to keep your children away from. Big up to Miss Ruby and Mas Clevie, my grandfather and my grandmother, because you know, when my mother and father went away to foreign, it was them that had us under their rules and control. And you know, country people stay already, plus them church people and your grandparents, no young grandparents, you know, grown grandparents, old grandparents, older, proper age to be grandparents. Because nowadays them have young people where are grandparents and younger people having kids that don't really know how to raise their children. That's why you see most of these women now, the young mothers now, they make sure their child have a device, a phone or a tablet. And that tablet and phone is raising that child. She not sitting down playing with that child, make up no games with the child or, you know, any little activities. She give the child that whole day and see her here whole day. If she don't have to work, she's on social media all day. A lot of them. I see it all the time. So in what I'm trying to say is them stop pay attention to the children. So there you are, caught up in your phone, caught up in your computer, caught up in watching your special Netflix series or whatever. Your child is wandering around the house. There's some guy in your house that's supposed to be doing some mason work and he's back there suckering your little picnic. And you are so caught up in what you're caught up into, you don't even realize that that's what's going on. And then he gets the opportunity to do it twice. That's crazy. So yeah, number one is watch your children closer. As a rule of thumb for me, don't trust nobody. Nobody. See, when my grandmother was raising us, right, a couple of things couldn't happen. The girls in my family, first of all, they couldn't wear pants, but you know, them used to wear a long skirt all the way past the knees. They had something that was called bloomers at the time, had to be under the skirt, and that was for their school uniform. They couldn't sit in anybody's lap. Uncle Peter, Uncle Junior, Uncle David, none of my uncles could come to the house and sit down upon a chair. And any one of my female cousins or sister that was in the house, come man, come jump up and give your uncle a hug and a kiss. Or sit up on uncle's lap. That couldn't happen in my family. Right? The elders and the adults that grew us, them instill some things in us that I feel like we need to still pass on to the next generation. You understand? Watch them around everybody and don't trust nobody. That's exactly how my grandmother was. Watched us around everybody, don't trust nobody. When people came to the house, as a matter of fact, you would hear gossa. That's exactly what they would say, gossa. Gossa means go that way. Take your ass that way. All the kids go that way. Adults over here, children over there. And we weren't even in the same room because whatever they were discussing was considered to be adult material that we as children had no business being a part of. So they would put us way around so, and them would be over here having their discussions, laugh and talk and everything else, cuss with them for cuss and whatever. We wouldn't know. We were over there. Now I know some people get brought up differently, but I'm just telling you from my experience, that's how it was. See? So things like these need to be brought back in now. Now, boy, I can't speak for a man what goes through a man when you're in your 40s and 50s and 60s and something about a little girl make you want to do something to her in that manner. You gotta be sick. You gotta be sick. You must sick up here. You must be sick up here. And the funny thing about people like that is, a lot of the times if you check their backgrounds, they are fathers themselves, you know. Them have them own picnic, you know. They have daughters. Probably have daughters that are that young too. He went and did that to a 6-year-old. He probably has a 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old child of his own, right? Now you have to say to yourself, say, if you could do that to a stranger's child, I don't put it past you that you would do it to your own. You see what I'm saying? So this has to be a sickness. Some form of sickness that allows one to feel like them can't even step that boundary over and attempt to try something like that, let alone to do it and then return to do it again. Now, I am guessing in this whole story that they did go, because they did report them to CISOCA, which is CISOCA, or in Jamaica it's called the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse. Once you're reported to them, and you know, you got to Sissoko and you said to them, say, listen, I have what name? I have Mr. Clive Green from Hamilton Mountain come down to my house. He's a mason, and I had him at my house doing some mason work. And you know, my 6-year-old daughter tell me same trouble her, and they're gonna say, what you mean by trouble her? Him rape her, miss. God no. Come. The first thing they're gonna do is take that child to a doctor for that child to be inspected. Now, if a 50-something-year-old man had any part, share, and ways with a little picnic, like that age group, then obviously there's going to be proof there. Read between the lines, right? So with that, evidence is there, charges are laid. The last thing I'm going to say on this is this. We as Jamaicans have changed so much. I'm not talking about foreign, and I don't want nobody come tell me about a foreign you live, a foreign if you talk about. No, I'm talking about Jamaica because I have to clean up my yard. Because we are past true foreign, but we have we yard, right? Alright. We got soft. We got soft. We got soft on certain things in our culture. We started accepting until we reach right where we're at today. You hear me tell you? That's one of our biggest issues. You see them pedo man here and them kind of man here now. When I was growing up, I used to see it too. You used to hear them big man there. At the time me a picnic, you know. But my ears, they're everywhere. I used to hear them big man there talk amongst each other. Yeah man, look how she look nice in her uniform, me. This is stuff I heard in Jamaica while I was growing up as a child. I'm talking about 7, 6, 8 years old. Me hear big man a talk about, yeah man, she look nice in her school uniform, still body big under there, you can see it already, body full out. Cause her breast them turn up stiff on these things. I used to hear the man them I say them something, you know. Big grown man. But mind you, me so young, right? Me know say it wrong, but me don't know how to get loud about it. And plus I'm not seeing them actually doing anything to the girls, them just a talk. So I go about my business, right? As a little youth. Them same man there, you would hear them say stuff like, one of them would have said, boy, she too young, me wait till she get older still. And then you would have hear a next one say, nah man, start bust breasts already, ready for play. And next one will say something like, boy, you know, say, I true enough, cause you know what them say? From grass I grew up on the field, ball for roll or something like that. It wasn't until later on I realized, oh, that's what they were saying. From grass I grew up on the field, ball for roll. Big Ross pedophile them. You see, back then, I said back then like me in my 50s and them kind of something there. Back then for me was recently. So back then, a person like that, them would have to say it low. And they would have to hold it to themselves. Yeah, because back then, we come from a time where if somebody came into our community, we used to govern our community. I grew up watching my people govern our community. That means you can't come in there, just come do anything to anybody. You won't get out. If you come in there, come thief. All Miss Mary have to ball out is thief! Why? Thief! And every man with a sharp lass run out. And yeah, them will mince you up. Right? If them ever ball rape, why? Rape, see him there? You're dead. You're dead unless you move like lightning. Right? Nowadays, people stand around and watch these people in the community and know say I saw them stay and harbor them in the community. Some people even defend them. Some people even defend them and blame the children. Yeah, she move like she fast, like a man she want already. No wonder them something that happened to her. It's a baby. Me not care if she are 12, 13. I've seen them say that about 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds. Them girl there, will stay there. Them look like picnic. A man, them a look. Really? So because you think so the little girl a look man, it's okay for that big man they hold her and rape her off. So the big man no wrong again. Wow. You see the narrative? We've changed. We've accepted certain things. And we make too much slide. And some nasty people that aren't supposed to be allowed to coexist among us have been getting a free pass for too long, right? I yearn to see we go back to the days for certain things. Like when them ball, thief, why? Some communities in Jamaica are still like that. Thief, why? And everybody run out. And if you get catch, you get what the duck get, right? Rape, why? You're not making it out alive. You understand? I yearn to see us go back to that. And I know a lot of people are going to say, no, SouFlo, because that's what they call jungle justice, and you know, you don't want to hold the wrong person and all this other stuff, and next thing you kill the wrong person. And oftentimes, and I understand that now, I understand that because honestly I've seen jungle justice go wrong a couple of times. See him there, I am that. Just like the rapist boy we get 20 something years the other day, and he'll be eligible for parole in 15 years with 12 counts of rape he pled guilty to. This is Jamaica's laws for you as well. Them people there get a tap on the wrist. 12 counts of rape, and that's what they could account for. And the man get 23 years time in prison, but he's eligible for parole in 15. And a man got killed because of him. Because it was him. Davion, whatever his name is. Because of him. That's who the community was looking for. And them stumble upon a youth who did a walk on the riverbed. Because the youth troubled in him head. And he comes from a neighboring community. And him walk, come down the riverbed and just a walk. You know, a walk out and air himself out. And I don't know him. Probably that they are, like my grandfather used to say, plat sand and stone breeze. That's probably what he was down there doing. Me try plat sand and stony breeze one time, then I realized Grandpa I talk foolishness. It was just a metaphor. Because you can't plat sand and you can't stone the breeze. But in other words, then you wasn't doing much of nothing. You just Bill, chill out. And that's who they saw. And they murdered the man on the beach. Beat him. Kill him. Tab him up. And they thought it was him. That same guy who eventually got caught and is now doing his 23 years, but he'll be out in 15. So the laws of the country need to become different. The sex registry in Jamaica needs to be made public. Yeah, I'm one of them. The sex registry in Jamaica needs to be made public. Why? Because when time rape go on, them have proof. Man gets sentenced. When he gets out, especially the predators, people need to know where you are. See, the offenders registry in the US, here in my state where I'm at, I can go up on it right now and just type in offenders near me or offenders in my area, or go into the database and put my address in it. And it's going to show me all of them who just come out of prison, who been here for how long, them give you them exact address and everything. Why do you think they do that? They do that so you can watch them too as a community, and you can watch your own children, because them people think about the mindset of a person who thinks that it's okay to do something like that to a child. You think that person's gonna stop? You think they're gonna stop because them get catch? You think they're gonna stop because they did some prison time? They're still going to be doing that. So you just want to make sure that they don't end up over there doing it to your kids. So yeah, I think the time in Jamaica through the judicial system needs to be more punishing when it comes to this crime. Matter of fact, I would even advocate for sterilization. I would even advocate for chemical castration. Yes, man. Chemical castration. And we can talk about the woman them would do them something to, you know, because quiet as it's kept. Quiet as it's kept. We've been programmed to think. Every time we hear the R-A-N-E word, we think man and a young female. There's a whole lot of the other way around going on in our culture as well. Right? But we're not going to talk about that now upon this video. I'm all for chemical castration. Because then you can't only think about it. You can't do nothing. No matter how hard you think about it. And you won't be able to do anything for the rest of your life. So yeah, chemically castrate them. Change the time in the judicial system. Make it a real life sentence. And for the parents out there and guardians of these young people, start protecting them more. And really, truly, truly, don't trust nobody around them. Right? Anything else you have to add to this, go ahead and add it in the comment section below. Click the subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing. And I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.